Students, under activity 10, I am going to explain important question, 4 mark important question, that is strength of the acid. Strength of the acid or base. The question may ask like this: how can you explain the strength of the acid with an experiment? They will ask like that. So strength of the acid. So you're gonna do an experiment to explain the strength of the acid. What is meant by strength of the acid? Strong. Which acid is strong and which acid is weak? For example, citric acid is also an acid, but if it is fall on our skin, nothing will happen. If H2SO4 sulfuric acid is fall on our skin, it will burns our skin. That means H2SO4 is a strong acid and citric acid is a, that means lemon juice is a weak acid. So how can you know which acid is strong and which acid is weak? We're gonna do experiment. That is, we will do now experiment aim. What is the aim? A test to know whether the acid is strong or weak. So it's a test for to know whether the acid is strong or weak. A test, or we can say it like this: a test to know whether the acid is strong or weak. This is the aim, and we'll see the experiment now, how we're gonna test, and then we'll go forward. So I want to explain you the experiment here.
What about acidic and basic solutions? Do they conduct electricity? Let us find out. For this, we will use an acidic solution of hydrochloric acid and a basic one of sodium hydroxide. Beside these, we will need beakers, 2 carbon rods, bulb, battery eliminator, wires and filter paper. First, connect the carbon rods to the 2 terminals of a battery eliminator through a bulb and switch it on. Now dip the 2 carbon rods in a beaker containing hydrochloric acid and observe. The bulb glows, showing that the circuit is complete. This
this is the experiment, we can say, and see. So we'll go back our explanation, and now we'll take the image of this. So this is the image. And this is the image. You try to understand this experiment. There is a beaker, 2 rods, 2 beakers you're going to take in this experiment, and 1 wire, another wire, bulb we're going to take, and without connection of these 2 copper rods, okay, whenever you connect to the battery, the current pass through this, and see, whenever you connect to the battery and current pass through this, and without connection of this, the current flows and circuit continues and bulb glows. And if you take HCl in this beaker, HCl solution in this beaker, HCl releases H plus ions. That's why it connect without touching of these 2. It connect the electricity and bulb glows. And if you take what is acetic acid or citric acid, so those are weak acids. Less H plus ions are releases. Because of less H plus ions, bulb glows very dully. If you take HCl, very brightly it goes. Based on this, which is strong acid, HCl is a strong acid, which is weak acid, acetic acid is a weak acid and acetic acid is a weak acid, we can decide or we can experimentally know. This is the what we can say the experiment. So simply we're going to write this experiment. So first we're going to write principle of this experiment. What is the principle of this experiment? Strong acid contains more ions, that's why responsible for brightening or bright glowing of bulb. Strong ions, strong acid contains more H plus ions. Which are responsible for bright glowing of bulb. Which are responsible for bright glowing of bulb. So this is the principle, and we'll see now procedure. So we'll see procedure now. So what you're gonna take in the procedure? You're gonna take two. So take two beakers. A and B, and fill the beaker. So in one beaker you're going to take hydrochloric acid, another beaker you're going to take acetic acid, right? So in one beaker, fill the beaker A with dilute HCl and beaker B with acetic acid. Sorry. Acetic acid. So now what are you gonna do? Next point, arrange carbon rods. So it is very difficult to read the textbook, and you're gonna read textbook and write all the matter which is present in the textbook. That's why I'm writing the notes very short way, and based on this you can write of your own. So in the CC pattern you gonna write of your own: wires, bulb, battery in the series. What is meant by series connection? Continuous connection. You see bulb, battery or AC plug, whatever may be. So this is carbon rods, all are in the series. Parallel connection is different. Series connection you're gonna do battery in the series as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure. So this is the arrangement. And what about the observation? So observation, what you observe? What we can see generally in beaker A, bulb grows brightly, right? Beaker A, bulb glows brightly because What is the reason? Reason behind it. Reason. So because it contains HCl and more ions are present, because it contains HCl which releases more ions. That is the reason. So more ions are responsible for conductivity. A result. What is the results? The result is HCl is a strong acid. Because it releases more ions. So I want to ask you, that is the result. I want to ask you two more questions, or one more question. So if you conduct same experiment with NaOH and H4OH, with the NaOH and NH4OH. So what your observation? What is your observation? So the answer is, we know that answer. Answer is what? Answer is NaOH. NaOH is a strong base and NH4OH is a weak base. NH4OH, weak base. This is